have known Tinubu for over 50 years, but I cannot support him. Chief Ebenezer Babatokwe. Ahead of the 2023 presidential election, a former Minister of Transport, Chief Ebenezer Babatokwe, has revealed why he can't support the ambition of the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Tinubu. According to a report published by Daily Post, the former minister revealed that he would be supporting PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. On why he won't be getting his support despite knowing him for 50 years, Chief Babatokwe maintained that he won't be supporting another party other than the PDP in the 2023 elections. He said, "We belong to different political parties even though we are both Yorubas. I have known Tinubu for over 50 years, but I cannot support him because we belong to different political parties. He belongs to the APC and I am of the PDP. There is no question of Yoruba race here." Speaking further, Chief Ebenezer stated that by the grace of God, the candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, would win the 2023 presidential election. I mean, this is very surface level and very shallow. I mean, again, I'm not saying he has to give us his reasons, but he kind of has to. I mean, you know someone for over 50 years, you're both Yorubas. I mean, that also shows, okay, fine, I'm not with the ethnic bias or support, or it's okay, well, you can say that as a positive, but the point is you have not explained. Yes, you've known him for 50 years. And you know what? This is a good example. In fact, he is the example of how people should vote. Really. I mean, this is now somebody that has known Tinubu for over 50 years. That is mad time. And they are both Yorubas. So the familiarity, the connection, and also the fact that they're from the same tribe does not mean or does not guarantee that this individual will support Tinubu. And that is really great. And that is what we need to see. On whoever he chooses to support, that's his own. But I feel like, you can argue that. But the point is, this is a good example of how it should be. Familiarity, ethnic, sentiments, whatever it is, it does not guarantee that one has to support you, and we all need to learn from that. I personally believe that is important and something to really commend, I think. So yeah, looking at what individuals are willing to say. First, Atiku nor Tinubu, can anything profitable come out of them? Tinubu take Shetima and Hausa Fulani man who both have sympathy for Boko Haram. What are we talking about? Again, I think my point is he can support the PDP, but I'm not saying the PDP is better than the APC. I don't even think they're pretty much the same to me. It's the same cycle, and I think you have to understand that maybe these parties are working together, because the whole reason as to why APC even got into power, the people really did not even want PDP there, because for that time, little did we know, but it was like, what? How can we live in this country? Not knowing the APC were like, hold my beer. Let me show you how to destroy a country. And, everyone was just, I guess, surprised. But the point really is that this man has chosen to look over ethnicity and familiarity. But I personally don't think Atiku is the better choice. And I don't want us to get stuck in the mindset of choosing the lesser of two evils. Well, this party is not better than the other, but it's less evil than this one, or it's not as bad, so let's go for this one. No, gone are the days. Now, I don't think we have any of a choice, but any variety of choice, because that is literally what really was limiting. Because again, with the lack of choice or variety, well, you can say we had no choice. But now, not that we have any other choice, but a totally different candidate is there. So really, we have no other choice but to go with a candidate that we believe is different to both of those parties, and we believe can be able to bring the change that we want. So in that way, you can also argue that we really don't really have a choice. But it always is a choice, and we have to live with whoever we vote for, and whoever ends up in there. It is still a choice, but is it really a choice? And I think that's really something that we should really question. It's funny because everyone is bringing out the history of this man, and these are mostly Tinubu supporters. Chief Ebino Topsy, you're getting it wrong. Your candidate cannot win the election. Tinubu of the APC will win the election in Jesus' name, because Tinubu will be elected by the owner of the universe, Jehovah God. Oh, okay. Uncle Ebenezer Babatokwe, please, of what political relevance are you in the Southwest? I think I vividly remember your name during the annulment of the June 12 election, and at the end of the day, you betrayed your fellow kinsmen in the struggle to actualize the June 12 election. Babatokwe, one of the reliables, you are a traitor. Oh, wow. I mean, now, hey, obviously, it's painted as, well, not ethnicity, but if you're going to be seen as a traitor, well, what are they really saying about you? But of course, I think he has one vote. I don't think his vote would trump 10,000 of other people, no. But the fact is, he has one vote. And if he decides to go for PDP, well, I guess this is someone that, Nigerians have chosen, as we can see from the comments, not to regard. One day you will meet Abiola and Awolowo one day, and they will give you a serious slap. Oh, okay. Wow. Power must remain in the north. When the time comes, we from the north will pick the right northerner to support. Well, wow, I think this is someone who's trying to trigger, other individuals. And this person or this individual or this account, you may even say, got a lot of replies. I want to talk about, as well as Nigerians, is not to get as emotional. Because I think that, yes, we are human beings. There's certain things that happen that would obviously touch us, and sometimes out of our emotions, we may not necessarily make the right move or decision, because really, when you have an emotional people, it's harder. It's easier to control them and feed them even more narratives, which, coming with fear, just cripples them, and really they're not able to think about anything but survival. So I think as much as, we want to make the right decision, I think, we should be able to control our emotions. And yes, we're going to be rallying. Yes, we're going to be speaking up and calling to, because I really think, what they do is just, especially with our government, let's be honest, they have a specific tactic of inciting, hate, especially this government, inciting, division, through tribal wars. And they have done that. And when we get emotional about it, not emotion that we're not able to react, but we have to know the time frame. We can't be emotional for too long that we become reactive, not responsive, whereby, okay, fine, you want to protest, but really, what is that going to do? Right? I think now we have learned from the NSAS that these people are willing to literally kill us, but, the committee, all that, because we know that if we are the ones not holding anyone accountable, there's no way. And I think crowdfunding, and the support of Peter Obi and the Labour Party is the best way we can take accountability and actually making that change. So kudos to us. Put what you think about us in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.